Howdy, y'all.
Hi, guys.
It's Ryan
And Angela.
from RNA Music. Your favorite mom and pop guitar shop. Lost my aglets. There they are. And music. There it is. Lesson studio deep in the heart of small town Texas.
Yes.
And we are here to answer your questions with another episode of our Ask RNA Music global show.
Globally
Questions
known.
from all over the planet.
Yes.
So, all right, let's get to some questions. All right, welcome y'all to our channel. If you are new here, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Angela.
And we are married.
Yes, we are.
And we own a music store and we teach lessons and we answer questions and we shoot videos, unboxing of gear, do some lesson stuff. But this is our weekly FAQ type thing that we've been doing for several years now.
Yeah, we have.
Oh man, like almost 5 or 6 years.
Something like that.
A lot of Ask RNAs. But if you're new, please subscribe. I think you're going to like it. Click the little bell. You get notified of all our video uploads. If you like a fancy RNA music.
I don't think this one is on the...
That one's not on the website.
That's not on there.
Sorry,
Oh.
you can't get that one. That's an old design.
Yeah, it has a big logo on the back.
A giant block letter RNA logo.
Yeah.
But if you want the Firebird logo or our RNA Music Force Tee from a galaxy far away type design, you can get that.
Yeah.
Link in the description to our t-shirt store. So, without further ado though, let's get into the questions.
Do-do-do.
First question. Driddle. It says, how far are you from Lubbock? I'm assuming he means Lubbock, Texas.
Yes.
Number 4 of the BSG Padauk Idol is for sale on Reverb.
Ooh.
In Lubbock. I went and looked on that to verify because, yeah, I have one of these. We'll talk about it actually later in this video. It is for sale in Lubbock. And I'm like, oh man. Because why would you just have one of the same guitar when you could have 2 of the same guitar? Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like sneakers. You don't just have one, you have 2 and they match. So
No.
I would need matching.
I don't have anything like that.
I
I'm
thought
not Matlock. I don't have matching everything.
I don't need 3 of the same cup to drink my iced coffee out of.
Yes, I just have a bottle of water down here. I'm make sure this is turned off so we don't need notifications.
How far are we from Lubbock?
We are...
It's a
this
drive.
now? It's like 7 to 8 hours away. Depending on traffic, because you have to go through Dallas.
It seems like a long ways. Did we drive through Lubbock on our way to Denver?
We drove through Amarillo.
Amarillo. By morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which was about 6.5, 7 hours.
Yeah, that's right. It's Amarillo.
Yeah.
Where's Lubbock? Is it the other side of that?
No.
So my Texas geography is bad. I was getting Lubbock and Amarillo confused. Lubbock's closer than that. That's where Abilene Christian University is, isn't it? ACU?
Let's look.
Let's Google it.
And zoom out. So Lubbock, I thought was more in closer to the Panhandle.
It's at the lower part of the Panhandle. Amarillo's further away.
Yeah,
that can't be 8 hours to Lubbock.
But if you go, see, we went the top of Texas up.
Right.
And if you go straight across this way, it's about the same.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty far away.
Yeah.
We don't ever go there, as you may have figured out. It's a little bit of a drive. I am not.
Can they see this?
Gonna screenshot it, and I will share it.
Okay, so the blue dot will be us, compared to Dallas, Austin. You can see actually all of Texas. I'll screenshot it.
Screenshot it, and I will put it. I'll put it on the screen.
Okay. Gotcha. Done. Save. All right.
So, it's a little bit of a drive.
Yeah, it's like going to my parents' house in Laredo.
Yeah, Laredo's like 7.5 hours from here, so it was a drive. I would love to get it. I'm like, I think guys are natural collectors. I think women are too, just in a different way.
Yeah,
but
it just depends.
Yeah,
like humans are natural.
I have like too many guitars, probably. I don't think it's true. I don't think it's too many. I have more guitars than necessary to play a song with.
Yes.
And I'm like, why?
You have more than enough to play a song.
More than enough to play a song. I have that many guitars.
Yeah.
More than I can play at one time.
Correct.
But there's just something about like, I think it's just collecting. Like when we were kids, it was like I didn't have one Stormtrooper. You had to have like 10 Stormtroopers. Yeah, even though they were exactly the same. Because you needed somebody for your Stormtroopers, you know, your good guys to fight. Or Cobra. Yeah. Your little G.I. Joe guys. Or like, how many Barbies do most girls have? One Barbie?
I mean, you have different kinds of Barbies. So they can be friends. You don't have Barbie over and over and over and over and over again.
Duplicate
Barbies. Like she's a, you know, she's a quince or a septuplet.
She's a septuplet Barbie. Well, see, and that's the beautiful thing about guitars. Even though number 4, I have number 8 of 13 of the Padauk Idols. I have the Ocho. But because of it's a wood grain, the wood grains are completely different. Right. So even if I got number 4, Custom Shop Washburn,
yeah,
they would be different. It's got different pickups too, by the way. So they would be similar but different. But yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know.
Not happening.
Yeah, not happening today. Maybe someday. That would be kind of funny to have the whole collection. But I wonder what it is.
How many of them have been made?
There's 13 of these.
Okay.
And we own number 8 of 13, the Ocho. And there were 13 in total. I've seen some of the others, and some of the others I did not like the wood grain. And I'm like, I feel like number 8 actually is like
the prettiest one.
Super awesome. Yeah, it's got really nice grain. Anyways, that's how far we are from Lubbock. We'll come back to the custom shop because there was another question about it. We'll get to in a minute, and you'll go, "What are you talking about?" And you can see. So stay tuned. All right, next question is Just Fun Guitar. Well, thank you, Driddle, for the question. Just Fun Guitar. Chris with the trifecta of questions again. He said, new questions, trifecta. What would RNA be called if not RNA? Ooh, that's a good one. Do you like Gretsch drums and guitars? And 3, Texas has a large coast. Does it have any unusual or rare fish or crustaceans that are native? Nice. Native Gulf crustaceans. Hashtag KTMA, hashtag ew. All right. What would RNA be called if it's not RNA? What would our store be named?
Lolly Music or Lolly something.
Lolly House of Rock.
Yeah.
And cookies.
Yeah, or Ryan's Music Store or, you know, something like that.
Probably, yeah. I think it would be family names like Lolly and Sons. That sounds kind of
like a lumber, like a hardware store.
Hardware store, Lolly and Sons. Lolly Music would be good, or maybe Alpha's Music. Well,
no, that's too much.
It's too much.
Yeah.
I like Lolly because it's family, which involves it's Angela. Her last name is Lolly. Now, our boy's last name is Lolly. That's why a lot of stores they'll do that because it's if it's Frank's Music. Well, when Frank's gone,
yeah, it's
kind of weird if it goes to his kids or you know whatever. But it like a last name, family name, like Brookshire's.
Yeah,
I think it's like that.
See, then there's the pressure of, do you keep naming your children Frank? Or for
Frank
your case,
Jr.
if it was Ryan. So Nicholas's middle name is Ryan. But, so we have that going. So if Nicholas took over RNA Music and it was just Ryan's House of Blues or House of Rock or whatever, then it would make sense. Well, who's Ryan? Well, I am. I thought your name was Nick or Nicholas. Well, my
middle name.
So and then he names his son, or even a girl. Her name could be Ryan also, because we've taught little girl Ryans. So then there's like that pressure of, we have to keep this kind of going, so that the name doesn't die off. But RNA, Ryan and Angela, of course, it's like, we had a friend, or I had a friend on Instagram that she was like, what does the RNA stand for? And I was like, well, Ryan, Angela. And she was like, oh, okay, I thought it had to do with like your DNA, your RNA,
ribonucleic acid. Music. Music is in your genes.
Yes, that's what she said. I said, yeah, it's like it's a part of you. She goes, yeah. I thought, well, that was a clever little twist. It's like, because music is a part of you. And I was like, yeah, that works.
Yeah,
that's not what we were going for.
Well, it was also a cool 3-letter theme, kind of, because I thought, there's like EMG pickups, which I love EMG.
Yeah.
There's it wasn't on my radar at the time, CMG, but we didn't know about CMG at the time.
Yeah.
But my buddy Eric, who had Boogie Street Guitars, it was always shortened to BSG, Boogie Street Guitars, and that was like their little logo, BSG. I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. Of course, the EMG has been around for a while. I like the idea of like a 3-letter thing.
PRS.
PRS, Paul Reed Smith's, PRS, that's kind of something about the Trinity. A trifecta of letters. But I think that worked pretty well because it is, if you dig deeper in the name, it's Ryan and Angela. And for our children, I will say it's like, well, Ryan, Nicholas, and Aiden, if the boys ever do take over. But it's really not that.
Yeah, it's not.
It could mean that, but that's not what it means.
Yeah, because at the very beginning they were like, well, what about us?
Yeah.
Or like, well, it could stand for Ryan, Nicholas, Aiden and Angela, Angela and Aiden. So it could, because there's 2 A's and an N and an R in our family. So,
but it absolutely wouldn't exist without Angela. So it's really Ryan and Angela.
It's all Ryan.
No, I couldn't do it without you.
I know.
But you're being nice. I know, you're so right. So there you go. But what would we call it? Probably like lolly music or something.
Yeah.
I think that
something along those lines. That'll keep it family.
Keep it
centered.
Family based, but it could grow because there are companies that started off like that, and now they've grown sort of beyond that. But the name's still like Ford.
Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart, but the Walton family still controls it.
Yeah, but you don't know what Wall.
Yeah.
Of Walmart.
Walton Mart.
Yeah.
But like Ford Motor Company. I mean, I don't think anybody from Ford's family still is in charge of that. I don't think so. It's a publicly traded company now. But lots of companies start with family names and grow even bigger. But I think family's a good place to be, a good place to start. Next question. Do you like Gretsch drums or guitars? Excellent question. I actually do like Gretsch drums. I've played the church that we worked at years ago. I think they still have one. They got one. And I was like, man, this is a good drum kit. And a buddy of mine in college, while I was at SFA, he got a Gretsch kit.
Oh, yeah.
It was real big back when Linkin Park was kind of breaking on the scene. Like their drummer played Gretsch drums.
Linkin Park.
And Gretsch really kind of came back. They're one of those old companies like Ludwig that, being an older American-based drum company, the American companies kind of, like Ludwig's been around for forever, right? And then you have guys like Alex Van Halen who played Ludwig. He was a guy. And there's another big Ludwig artist. Well, John Bonham played Ludwig. And I think Neil Peart, God bless him, I think it was Ludwig for a while. But, you had the American drum companies that have been around for forever. And I just named off dudes who've been like old. They were famous in the 70s and the 80s is when they were like new on the scene, right? There's a period though that ever since then, the drum market has been dominated by Asian companies like Pearl. Pearl Drums is a Japanese company. Tama Drums, Japanese company. Pearl and Tama have got to be the biggest drum companies on the planet. Those aren't American companies,
right?
Japanese companies. But you would think that, Ludwig haven't been around for forever, and Gretsch haven't been around for forever, and like Rogers was they were huge. 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, into the 80s. They weren't king of the hill anymore.
Right.
They got dominated by other companies. But it seems like in the mid 90s or late 90s, early 2000s. Gretsch drums really kind of made a resurgence, and I think they've been gaining traction since then. And they make good drums, so I like their drums. I'm not a big fan of Gretsch guitars.
Yeah.
I've played a few. My buddy Steve has one. They're super hip with all the worship guys.
Yeah.
They're like,
they're okay.
It's the worship guitar. And we talked about this before, like the Stray Cats and, rockabilly type bands love the Gretches. I don't love their guitar. They're great guitars, but it's just not my cup of tea.
That's okay.
Not my thing. They're great, but I don't really ever see myself owning one.
Right.
Like, I don't think I would ever own one. I mean, I play at church and do the worship guitar thing, but like, not like those guys do. Like,
right. Right.
I like to rock. So, all right.
Really?
Yeah. Do you like Gretsch drums and guitars?
I honestly would not have known, or I mean, I know by seeing them in my mind's eye, like I could think of seeing the name Gretsch, but being like, oh, I can distinctly tell the difference or the style or the look of one or the other, and be like, oh, I don't have anything to weigh it with. Gretsch guitars, yeah, you have to like a certain style of music and sound to really appreciate the Gretsch.
They
guitars.
sort of lend themselves to certain genres.
They're pretty.
Yeah. They remind me of like a 50s hot rod.
Yeah.
Like a coupe.
Yeah. They're just, like a really big-bodied guitars. It's just a lot of guitar.
If someone gave me one, I would play it, but
sure.
I'm not going to go out and buy one myself, personally. All right, next question from Chris, Just Fun Guitar. 3, Texas has a large coast. Does it have any unusual or rare fish or crustaceans that are native? I don't get in the water, Chris.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. And because we've been married for 20 years or so.
Going on 21 years.
Yeah, 2021.
2020 will be 21 years.
That's right.
What?
I know. My parents never went down to the beach. We went to Florida when I was really little, but ever since then, it wasn't like a thing for my family either.
Yeah.
So I'm not really privy to what's down there. I know there are like, what is it? The horseshoe crabs. We have those.
Oh, yeah. Sharks.
We do have some sharks, but not like crazy sharks.
But
we do have some sharks.
Let me tell you something about the Texas coast,
I don't know
Chris.
about rare fish.
It's ugly.
Yeah.
Like the water's dirty.
There's some parts now that are nice since we've had all those major hurricanes.
Since the major hurricanes came in.
Kind of cleaned up some of the...
And devastated everything.
All the trash came up on land. So, like, Mother Nature was like, you know what? I'm tired of you messing up my backyard. Yo, here's your crap back.
You're going to throw it back. Now, like, if you go down, like, Galveston is the closest sort of to us to go to the coast. And the water's, like, really, like, kind of muddy and dirty. It's not like... you know, crystal clear blue water that you would go snorkeling in. It's not that kind of beach. You have to go kind of down to the very southern, tip of Texas, like South Padre.
South Padre.
Which I don't think I've ever been. I don't think I've ever been actually that far down. You're basically kind of like where Texas.
We were gonna go by there when you had that job interview.
Yeah.
Down south, but we went to Texas. Galveston instead.
Yeah, so it's not.
We had Nicholas with us.
It's not like the coast of like Florida or California.
We need to start going more often. We could take a weekend trip down there.
Just me and you?
No, the
take
boys.
The kids? Oh
take
man,
us as a family.
I guess we could. It's a bit of a drive.
So.
I don't know of any that are like
like
specifically unique to the Texas. There's probably stuff in the Gulf of Mexico
sure there is
that you don't find in other parts of the world.
Because they like to stay in that kind of, it's a cul-de-sac.
It's a cul-de-sac.
So a lot of things probably like to linger in that area, I'm sure.
We like to call it the South Coast.
Yeah.
Because it's the South.
I just call it the Gulf.
The Gulf. The Gulf of Mexico, man. The Gulf of Mexico. I was gonna say, how pretty do you think it sounds? But actually, down in Mexico, off of Mexico, the coast of Mexico,
it's
there's
pretty.
Really beautiful tropical
beaches.
waters. But we don't really.
Gorgeous.
That doesn't. It's muddy.
Yeah,
it's
closer
muddy
you get to Texas, of course, I think it has to do with a lot of the
waters, the big rivers. Well, the rivers are dumping
spill out into
the Gulf, so there's a lot of sediment and stuff going into it. So it's not. It's not a snorkeling destination, nor a surfing destination.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some waves, but it's not like really...
And what is the other one?
The Red River? No.
The Red River and the Grande. Because it's like top and bottom of Texas.
Yeah.
Dump out into the Gulf.
There you go, man. Google would be a better answer than our answers.
For sure. Yeah, we're like woodland Texas. We are the woody people of Texas. Yeah. And then you have, because Texas...
You don't know about trees and squirrels.
We're your folks.
Well, we had to Google Texas
We'd have to Google it anyway. But we are used to more woody, hilly type areas up here. And then this more south see if you're looking at Texas, the more southeast, you have all the Gulf people. And then
Gulf people.
and in the southwest, you have a lot of desert, flatland, cactus and brush. And
there are a lot of regions in Texas.
It's high, hill, very hill. Of course, they call it hill country.
Hill country.
And then you go up Panhandle side, and it's just flat.
Yeah. There are a lot of different regions to Texas. So we got a lot of woods here in northeast Texas, like trees and like forests and stuff.
And it gets more dense the closer you get.
Then as you start to go south, though, we get to the piney woods, where it's just like a buttload of pine trees.
Yes.
Like all pine trees everywhere, which
you'll
is
see
like
lots of logging trucks
just
going
nonstop
everywhere.
Pine trees
Those
and
are
lumberjacks.
scary.
Yeah.
Logging trucks. Being behind a logging truck, you think you're on a Final Destination. You're like imagining like that pole that's just bouncing in the back is just gonna go straight through my windshield. I know it. But that's up here. That's up here.
You should come for a visit, Chris. We'll drive you around Texas. It'll take about 3 weeks. So you hit all the regions of Texas.
Yeah. We'll just hit all the major cities and then, and go in between each major city. You'll see all of Texas.
Fly into Dallas. We're about an hour from Dallas. Fly into Dallas. We'll take you.
East of Dallas.
Yeah, we'll drive you around Texas, Chris. Thanks for the questions, man. Next question. Hank Rott's guitar. Question for next week. Ryan, do you have a dream guitar? Mine is a classic SG Standard.
Nice.
Angela, who are your top 5 favorite vocalists of all time?
Dun, dun, dun.
Great questions, Hank.
Yeah.
I'll take the first one. We've answered this many times.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to have to be a 75 Les Paul Custom. Because I was born in 1975. So that's the, having an item from the year of your birth is, I guess, when you get older, I guess that's more of something you want. I don't think when I was 18, although maybe because Les Paul Customs are just cool guitars. So maybe when I was 18, I was like, man, look at Les Paul. It would have been cheaper when I was 18 than they are now. Except I didn't have any money when I was 18.
It's all perspective.
Yeah, it's all perspective. So that's probably what it is. I keep looking. I look around on Reverb. I look at Guitar Center's used section online. I look around, some of the big, like Norm's rare guitars and, anywhere you can find like vintage stuff. And I found actually 75 is really hard to find. We were browsing the other day. I was like, you can find a 78 all day long. 78.
Everybody's getting rid of their 78.
78's all over the place, man.
Oh, man.
76s, 72, 73s. Like, 75 is...
It's hard.
They're out there, but it seems like they're hard to find. There are a couple, though, that have maple fretboards, which I like. Some people hate maple fretboards on a Les Paul. I like it because there's just not very many of them. Obviously, it's kind of unique. So... It's probably a 75 Les Paul Custom. I imagine sometime between now and when I turn 50, I'll probably find one. Probably, rob some banks, embezzle some money.
Don't say that.
No, I'm just kidding. Lord. I'm not going to do that.
Please. Because if anything happened and we get actually blessed with some money or finances,
people probably robbed
I have proof. Look at this Ask RNA video.
I found this video from 5 years ago. Ron said he was embezzling money.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I'll probably just take out a bank loan. I'll take out a bank loan.
No, he's going to save his street pennies.
I'm going to save my street money. Wait a minute, that sounds bad.
That sounds bad.
I'm gonna set
We're digging
aside
a really big hole here.
I'm gonna set aside a certain percentage of money every month for the next however many years until I save up. Or I'm gonna sell some of my guitars
that he doesn't want.
Some of my guitars I already have, that I don't play that much. I'll sell them and save that money, and eventually get a 75 Les Paul Custom. Street money is Angela finds money on the ground when we're out walking. Like, oh, there's a penny. Sweet, pick it up. Oh, look, a nickel. Oh my gosh. A quarter. A $20 bill.
We found one.
She found one.
In the middle of the street.
You were you were driving.
We were driving.
With Aiden.
We were in the neighborhood. We weren't like going down the highway. We were driving around, about to pull out of the neighborhood, and we saw something in the road, and I was like, what is that? Aiden, I think that's money. Go out and look. And he I was watching him from the car, and he picked it, and he was like, we go on the side of the car.
$20 bill.
$20 bill, yeah.
So she has a collection. Every time she finds money on the ground, she puts it in a jar. Mm-hmm. So, and I do. If I see money, I pick it up. I'm like, even if it's a penny, I'm like, there's a penny. I'm gonna pick that up.
Yeah.
It took me more calories to burn to pick up that penny than that penny is worth. But I'm gonna pick it up anyways because I respect money. Mm-hmm. And if I respect it, more is gonna come to me. I hope is the plan.
That's the saying.
You know.
I want you to get better at playing blues guitar solos, and I want to keep it really simple.
No, you don't.
You probably learned to play.
Angela had a sneezy fit. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness, there's
Was
something about all these lights that just gets
You're
me every single time.
I'm allergic to lights. There you go. Mm-hmm. Les Paul Custom. Eventually, maybe someday, I'll sell some guitars or take out a bank loan or just save my money. So I definitely can see myself getting one. Mm-hmm. I would like to do it before I'm 50. But that would be a good 50th birthday present. Because that would be a 50-year-old guitar, though.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh. All right, Angela. Top 5 favorite vocalists.
Oh gosh. Ugh.
Don't overthink it. Just
okay.
Spit them out.
5. Oh my gosh. Aretha Franklin. Lena Horne.
Respect.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think. Barbra Streisand. Whitney Houston.
Huh? That's a good one.
And Adele.
All ladies.
Yeah, gotta give them props. What?
There you go.
Yeah.
No Sting on that list.
No.
I'm glad Sting didn't make the list personally.
No. No Sting on the list. Yeah.
All great.
Mm-hmm.
All phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see Adele has lost a bunch of weight?
Yeah.
I just was perusing Facebook this morning and somehow that popped up. It's like she's lost like 16 stone, which I think a stone is like 7 or 8 pounds. So that's like a lot of weight.
That's a lot of weight.
Her girl dropped some pounds.
Yeah. Well, she always has been a plus size girl. Mm-hmm. Then she had a baby, and so it kind of added to that, which it does. And so I think that she probably was like, I have to chase this child around.
I've had several babies.
And then you have the rigorous pull of traveling and performing and getting up early and staying up late and just award shows and then coming home to a child who wants you to run around and stay up late and get up early. And
pressure.
It could put a lot of stress on your life. So
good for her.
Being healthy, not necessarily being thin, but being healthy is ideal. And sometimes those two do go hand in hand for most people.
Good for her, man.
I know.
That's awesome. I was like, all right, good for her. Awesome.
Yeah.
Take your life. Sometimes you start to take your health more seriously in your 30s and 40s. And sometimes you sink into ultimate depression.
I don't think she's 30 yet.
She's pretty close to 30.
She is.
She got to be 30.
Yeah, her and Taylor Swift are the same age.
Really? Mm-hmm. How about that?
Yeah.
Taylor Swift didn't make your list.
No. I can't stand Taylor Swift.
Poor Taylor. Oh my gosh.
No. But, I wasn't a child when she came on the scene. So it was... She wasn't...
Her early music was not geared for you, that's for sure.
Mm-mm.
Nor is
anything that she has ever played is geared towards me.
Awesome. Thank you, Hank, for the question. Next question, Jeffrey Egan. I see you have some different guitars in the background. No, I don't. These are
different.
Yeah.
Different.
Last week. Are those Schecters? The red one looks nice. The carved top one reminds me of those wooden toilet seats. Hashtag KTMA. I feel attacked. That's from last week. Last week, not right now, but last week's video is what he's talking about. There was a CMG, a custom CMG, a Les Paul, and the Ocho. Mm-hmm. Now I just did that last week because I wanted to. Actually, it was a little secret. It was a secret Easter egg of all USA guitars across the top.
Nice.
Because I keep meaning to do a video about my USA guitars. Mm-hmm. I just haven't done it.
Yeah.
It's been crazy, but the red one you were talking about is the 96 Les Paul Standard. Look how pretty it is.
It is. It's gorgeous.
It's the same year Angela graduated high school. I can't wait to go to high school, Billy. Yeah, so this is just a regular Les Paul Standard from 1996. So sexy. Want to touch the hiney.
What?
I don't know. I was a Billy Madison kick for some reason.
Yeah.
So Les Paul Standard. Just, this was a guitar that I got in 2019. I was also going to do a video about my 2019 guitar acquisitions. This one was a surprise, so you may stay tuned for that. So not a Schecter, just a normal Les Paul Standard from 96. If you'll grab that bad boy. We've just been talking about this guitar earlier. And this is the one Jeffrey said looks like a toilet seat. I am very offended at that. But this is my custom shop, USA custom shop, Washburn. Idle Padauk top. It's a Padauk top. I'll tell you what, it looks really good though. The back. I mean, it's all mahogany. Like, nice mahogany. That's some nice mahogany. Not cheap mahogany. Nice mahogany. I know what you're talking about though. You go to the store, they got those toilet seats that are made of wood.
Yeah, the cushion on it. Or
Yeah,
the
the top is just wood, I guess. But no, but this is the number 8 of 13 that we're talking about. That it's older brother, I guess. Number 4 is for sale on Reverb for a couple of grand,
Lubbock.
like $2,000, $2,300 or whatever. But yeah. But yeah, no, this is just my Washburn custom shop. I have. This is one of my top.
It's pretty special considering
Yeah.
there's, what is it?
There's only
8 billion people on the planet and only 13 people own this.
There's only 13 of these in existence, and I have the best one, number 8, with the prettiest grain. Because again, like Padauk is that way too. That it's very, the grain is very distinctive, and I think on this one it's very nice. And on some of the others, it's a little more plain. Like you can see, this has got this nice little surfer wave going through it, and sometimes they're like yellow. There's like sections of yellow in there mixed in with Padauk, and I'm like, I really like that. I don't want any banana pudding in my Padauk. So, but yeah, these are kind of the two he was talking about. I'll stick that over there. No, that was just kind of a hint at. I had all USA guitars up top, and that hopefully coming soon. I'll do a video. I've been planning on doing a video about my USA guitars. Get it, cowboy?
Get her done.
My USA guitars. I thought that would be kind of interesting because I have a fair number of guitars. Most of them are imports. But I thought it'd be kind of neat to do that. But then I also sort of felt like, is that like flexing a little bit? Like, look at my USA guitars. You probably don't have any, which is not what my intention at all.
No.
It's just like, hey, I own import guitars.
And
I also own USA guitars.
yes.
Interestingly enough, I play my imports probably more frequently than my USAs, but just, I don't know.
Only ridiculous people will go that far.
Well, I mean, some people are jerks, and they're like, oh.
Well, we ignore those people
Well,
and tell them to grow up.
Maybe someday, too, you can have.
No.
I don't know.
There's a nice way if you're just showing them these are my guitars. It's just like anybody. I mean, there's tons, millions probably of men and women who own way more guitars than you do.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like across the world, not Americans or Texans or anything like across the world. So for you to say, this is me personally, and do they have YouTube pages? No, you do. So, and people inquire and you tell them. And that's all there is to it.
Okay. I asked Robert that. I was like, is that kind of a selfish thing to do? He's like, no, man, people are interested in that. You should do it.
Exactly.
I was like, okay.
Well, since Robert said it was okay for you to do it, you go ahead and do it.
I don't know. He's always making videos about his nice guitars. And it does make me a little jealous. I'm like,
Well, that's on you, not on Robert.
That's true. I'm like, man, I wish I had.
That's on you.
All right, so that was kind of the thing with last week. Is like, and we just wanted to switch it up a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I brought out some of my personal guitars, which were all USA ones, which was, I think, interesting because they really went from a range of like $799 to like $3 or $4 grand. Mm-hmm. Just, which I may do a video about it because I think it'd be interesting, especially based on the fact that I have way more imports than I have USAs. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, I play the imports most of the time. I don't know why. I'm still trying to figure that out. Because does it even matter anymore where it's made? All right. Thank you for the question, Jeffrey. Calling my guitar, toilet seat guitar. Last question, Big Johnson. Final question. Did you see Slash's new guitar line? Did you see Slash's new signature line of Gibson guitars? Mm-hmm. If so, what are your thoughts? Well, I had to Google that real quick.
Google's our friend.
We've been so busy. It's been hectic. We have a student recital coming up in about a week.
Mm-hmm. A week from Sunday.
A week from this Sunday, we have a winter student recital. So we are in full-on recital mode with our kids. Mm-hmm. Our kids here at the shop, getting them ready to play, band rehearsals, practicing. Yeah. We have a lot going on personal lives, like getting Angela's folks moved up here, and we've been helping her parents, and so much stuff. Like, I have actually, and you may have noticed, if you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, I'm like, my posts have become very erratic lately, because I'm like, I need to post something to Instagram.
Yeah.
I need to post something to Facebook. I'm like, I'm busy. I got to teach 10 students today, and then repair guitars. It's good. Right. It's good busy. Like, yeah. I'm not complaining, because I'd rather be busy than, like, have no business. Mm-hmm. That would suck.
Yeah.
We're super busy, but I haven't been able to just scroll and watch a lot of social media stuff. But I did see that, I guess he's got a new thing coming up. So I looked at it a while ago. That's a Texas saying. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, cool. He's got some Slash guitars, right? And they look like, okay, this looks like the guitar from Appetite for Destruction. This looks like the guitar he used in the November Rain video. This one's a green one. I guess he's used a green Les Paul. And then there's like 4 different, basically, Les Pauls. And then like an acoustic that's like, I guess, modeled on the Gibson acoustic he uses a lot. Mm-hmm. They all look nice, you know. And I actually have to say the thing that impressed me the most was they were all like $2,999. So they're all like $3 grand. I'm like, wow. That's actually
affordable for most people.
Yeah. Well, you know, just a basic, like a brand new Les Paul custom right now, like not a signature model or an artist thing, a brand new, last time I checked, we're about $4 grand. Mm. And, you know, just a normal, whatever would be like, you know, a normal Les Paul standard guitar, I mean, are like $2,000 to $3 grand, $2,000, $2,500, $2,700, between $2,000 and $3,000 for just a basic sort of normal Les Paul.
Right.
Not they're like super cheap ones or the studios or whatever, but like just sort of, you know, a normal Les Paul is going to be between $2,000 and $3,000 grand. So I was like, well, that I was kind of impressed by that, because they wouldn't go like, here's the new Slash signature. It's $6,000. Mm-hmm. You can't have it. You know, it's right. like, oh, it's $10,000.
They slashed the prices.
So,
her.
I thought that was actually kind of a good move. I was like, hey, all right. Well, like, you're somebody who could afford to just go out and buy a regular, normal, basic standard Les Paul or Les Paul Custom. Well, Les Paul Customs are more expensive than the Slash ones. But as far as I could tell, though, they had a C-neck profile, and they did have like signature Slash pickups. They're Gibson pickups, but they're Slash signatures. So, you know, I don't know if I would get one. Like, I'm not a big enough Slash fan that like I want that guy, unless it was just like, I really like the flame on that. But I don't know if I would get it because it's a Slash guitar. I don't know. The only thing on it was like, the only thing that said Slash was the truss rod cover. It said Slash. But it actually comes with a normal truss rod cover, so you could take his signature one off and just put a normal truss rod cover on there. So that was kind of nice too, because I thought, well, I don't know how I feel about signature gear, but Les Paul's, like, he's so associated with the Les Paul anyway. I mean, you could have this Les Paul and be like, did you get that because it's Slash? I'm like, why? Because it's a Les Paul? I mean, tons of people play Les Pauls.
Right.
But for me, I've always been that guy. Like, I have a Gibson Explorer, which is this color, which is why I love this guitar, because it matches the Explorer. I absolutely got a Gibson Explorer because of James Hetfield. Like, because I loved Metallica as a kid. Now, I got a red one, not a white one or a black one, because that's what you'd always see James playing, was a white or black Explorer. So I got the wine red one because it was not what you necessarily... You might associate the shape with him, but not that, like, it's not just a carbon copy. And I kind of like guitars. There's definitely artists that inspire me to want to pick up a certain guitar, but I don't necessarily want to pick up their exact signature.
Right.
So, I think there's a lot of good things about those Slash guitars. I think they're reasonably priced for what they are. Now, I don't know if Slash's popularity is wavering, because his prime fan base is probably guys my age and older who are like diehard Slash fans. I don't know if the young generation of players are like, Slash is the ultimate guitar guy.
I think it's starting to come around, because it's a classic now. He's a classic rocker.
Yeah.
So
he's like
all the kids who are like 14, 13 who are picking up guitars now. Their parents are like, hey, listen to this guy.
Check out this guy. He's like the Jimmy Page of this generation, or
these kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, these new, like our son's age, our youngest son's age. Because his, Hunter, his best friend from Tulsa, he dressed up as Slash for Halloween.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
So
he is an icon, and he has the look, right?
He does have the look.
That guy looks like
it's a steady look. Like, he has not wavered from the
consistent.
hat, hair, glasses, leather.
I don't know if that's really his hair. Do you think it is?
He's biracial, so yeah, probably.
But you think it's a wig at this point? Because apparently sometimes older rockers, they wear wigs. I'm like, I never occurred to me. I'm not saying Slash does. I'm just saying.
I don't know.
I'm like,
who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
I definitely would not try to tug on it.
Yeah. Most, a lot, wouldn't say most. Well, most, like, African American type, they love their wigs. So.
It could be. There's a lot, in the, whether you're an actor.
And most famous people, because they want that thick look, hair, will wear wigs.
That, if your fame is part of your job, I mean, people do all kinds of things. I'm not saying he does, but I'm just like, man, he looks good for his age. I think.
But he's biracial.
Black don't crack, so he does have that going for him.
People always say, like, you're immortal. What's wrong with you? I'm like, no, I'm aging just at a slower rate as everybody else.
Yeah, on our
20th melanin.
On our 20th anniversary, I put up pictures like on Facebook of us 20 years ago, and then 5, 10, 15 years, and now into it. And they're like, oh my God, Angela looks the same. Which means I don't. It's like, Angela doesn't age.
It's Ryan, your beard that ages you.
Probably.
My goodness, I've told you that 1,000 times.
I do have, most of my gray is in my beard.
Exactly.
I don't have a lot of gray up here.
And I do have gray. I do.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not very much.
I do not dye my hair at all. Like, do I?
No.
I never go to the salon, and if I go to the salon, it's just to get it cut. Never, like ever. Maybe like 3 times in my whole life have I ever used color on my hair.
Yeah, not to make it darker, to just make red or a little purple highlights or something.
Yeah, something like that, but nothing like that. But so I don't know. He might
Slash.
He might have.
He might have made a deal down on the crossroads. That's possible.
That's true too.
I wouldn't want to make that deal. But I think they're cool guitars. Sort of. Part of me is like, I don't know if I buy a signature, but then part of me is like, They look really good. And you could just take put a normal Gibson truss rod cover on it and be like, oh, is that a Slash guitar? No, it's just a whatever, you know. Oh, okay. Kind of looks like his.
Yeah.
Oh. Well. They make a lot of guitars. They make a lot of Les Pauls. So I think they look pretty good. I think the pricing, that's what really shocked me, is I expected it to be like $7,000 because they do that sometimes with signatures. Like, oh, everybody gets excited for it. It's like, no one can afford that. But for a Les Paul, I think it's pretty close to what you would normally pay. Right. Plus, it's a signature of a real super famous guy. So that might be a real big win for them.
Yeah.
So who knows? I guess we'll all find out. What do you guys think about Slash's new Gibson line of guitars? And yeah, that's it. Last question.
That's it. Yay!
So thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it through this entire video, we got a secret hashtag of the day. And I think it should be #Slash. Is that good?
Yeah.
Or Black No Crack? #Slash. If you watch this whole video from the beginning to the very end, there's no special prizes for that other than our respect, and we think you're a legend.
And our thanks.
Our thanks. It does help us kind of know how many people are watching this whole video and if you enjoyed it or not. So type that in there. Also type in your questions below for next week. Questions, comments, your thoughts on all of these topics. I like to read those. And we will see y'all in the next RNA music video. Until then, keep the music alive.
Don't forget it. Music
needs you.
And you need the music. Why did I forget?
I don't know. I was like, did I forget something?
No, I did.
It has been a week since we've done this.
Yeah, that's true.
And we need
like
to keep
every week.
Yeah. It's like every single week. It's been a week since the last Ask RNA. And we need to keep it alive for the next generation.
Yes.
So they will know who Slash is. I think they're going to know anyways.
I think they will.
No problems. If 14-year-olds right now are dressing up as Slash for Halloween, that's a pretty good indicator.
It's a good sign.
So Jake's calling me.
Jake.
I'll call you in a minute, Jake, from State Farm. And yeah, we'll see y'all the next time. So excited.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I forgot to turn on the mic. We got to do it again. Just kidding.